Coming up on our last Falcon Fever this semester, we sit down with women's basketball head coach Cindy Hilbrick to discuss her perspective on leading a team.
Also, find out just how much work goes into supporting Falcons baseball when we take an in-depth look at what it takes to be a Diamond Doll. Plus, we'll catch you up on the latest baseball action.
And you may have noticed the renovations taking place at the old intramural fields. We'll take a look at what new facility would be added to that spot.
Plus, paving the way, we catch up with softball coach Lindsay Vanover to discuss the players who have committed to UM's inaugural softball team. Falcon Fever starts now. Hello, and welcome to the last Falcon Fever of the semester. I'm Sloan Gibby.
And welcome to my last ever Falcon Fever because I'm graduating next month. I'm Savannah Kidd. Thanks so much for joining us. So let's start out by hitting the links with the latest golf news. Both the men's and women's team took part in the Peach Belt Conference tournament in Pine Mountain last weekend. And the women's team has a strong showing, finishing second in the league. That's a new record for the program's history. The Falcons finished only 5 strokes behind first place UNC Pembroke. Freshman Emily Romke led the team with a score of 5 over par 76. We'll know in the next few weeks if the women get a berth in the regional championships. Meanwhile, the men finished 9th in the PBC, finishing 11 strokes behind winner USC Aiken. Sophomore Juan Nose led the team with a 1 over par 73. All right, well, let's switch gears to softball. We now know more about the student athletes who make up UM's first softball team.
Falcon Fever's Nathaniel Dennis caught up with head coach Lindsay Vanover to see how her team is shaping up.
Hello everybody, I'm here with Coach Lindsay Vanover, who has been tagged as the coach of the brand new softball program here at Montevallo, which kicks off February 1st of next year, if I'm right. So today we're going to be talking about a little bit about what goes into pre-production for the debut season here. Specifically, you just signed 10 new recruits, if I'm correct.
We have actually a full team of 25, but we have just posted the first 14 online as of about 10 minutes ago. So, yep, 10 of them came up on the website last week, and then another 4 came up today. So they'll keep trickling in as the summer comes by. So.
Okay, and where do you find the recruits? Just all over the country? You know, do you go to other schools, or are they all freshmen?
That's a great question. We're going to have a mix of both junior college transfers and graduating seniors from local high schools. There's a good mix, I should say. There's a good group of local Alabama kids, about 11 of them, and then a lot of the other kids have come from just the recruiting trail. When you're a softball coach, you travel to tournaments every weekend across the country and find kids at the big tournaments. Colorado has a big one, California has a big one, and you go there and you kind of just follow kids as they go. But it's nice to make some high school connections with the local coaches, and then that's how you kind of develop a pipeline of recruiting.
So do you talk to the coaches of the junior colleges when you're kind of getting their players to come play for this bigger school, or how do you go about that?
That's a great question. You know, there's a lot of junior college kids that either chose it for a great fit or for academic fit to go the junior college route before they go into a 4-year university. But a lot of those kids we actually recruited out of high school as well and follow them through their junior college years for different reasons. But it's nice to make a pipeline also with junior colleges. So we have Wallace and Hansville is really close with us, and they have been someone that we recruited their kids from there. So it's nice to build those dynamic and relationships where you can actually play those teams in the fall and recruit while you're making your team better. So it's kind of a good thing to be able to have high school and junior college mix.
Okay, and the new recruits, when they come in, do you show them around the campus? Have they already been?
That's a great question. This has been an odd recruiting year with no students on campus, but following years, our athletes will actually help kids on tours and things of that nature, so they do get to know things. But all the incoming class, the first class we'll have had, is something that I've given or the admissions department has given. So the admissions department's been very helpful to educate myself and the new kids coming in, where things are, how the campus works, and just a lot about the town. So we've kind of done a joint partnership of what Montevallo is all about. So it's been a fun time. But and then there are some kids that have been here before, but they're coming for registration, so they'll get a couple times on campus before it's time to go to class for the first time.
Okay. All right. Do you think it'll take a couple years to build the program up, since starting basically from scratch, I guess? How long do you think it'll take to really be a power in the Peach Belt Conference?
That's a great question. Every coach's dream is that you don't have those building years. You just come in and you're good. So I think it definitely, year one, we got to get some kinks worked out, get some, the players playing together and starting to get in routine and in sync with one another. So hopefully by the end of the year one, we've worked out a lot of our troubles and have gotten things better. I do think we have to step up and be competitive for the Peach Belt very quickly. Our conference is very strong. There are 3 teams in the conference that typically are in the top 25 in the country. So the Peach Belt is a very competitive softball conference. So we don't have time to build and build and build. We got to get going pretty quickly.
Okay, and last question. What do you think the very first year, I guess, is looking like for Montevallo softball?
It's an exciting time around here. It's nice to be around the community and have a softball shirt on. People stop you and congratulate you and are so excited and ask when the first game is or where the kids are. So I think it'll be fun just to get out and about and get people to see and meet the players and meet the team. It's been fun for staff to say, hey, their profiles are online. I'm going to read and see what their favorite books are and what their interests are. So it's been nice to kind of find the girls and what their interests are before they get here and get to know about them. But it'll be fun to finally get to see purple and gold out on the softball field and have the community get to come out to our new games and our new field and be a part of something great.
Do you have a prediction for the season?
It better be good.
Okay. Well, thanks, everybody. For Falcon Fever, I'm Nathaniel Dennis, and this is Coach Lindsay Vanhover.
softball team will swing into action in the spring of 2015 at their new stadium in Orr Park. For more information about the softball signees, check out the links we've placed on our Facebook page. Now let's catch up with the news with the men's team on the diamond.
The Falcons stood on the Nighthawks in the final game of the Peach Belt Conference Series. The Falcons took the first 2 games of the series, but the final game did not end in a sweep for the Falcons.
In the final game, the teams went to extra innings until North Georgia's Tremaine Torrey blasted a 2-run homer in the top of the 12th inning to finally end the game in a dramatic fashion. The final score, 9-8. Wednesday, the Falcons would bounce back from their loss against North Georgia by taking on the West Alabama Tigers. Senior Alex Guilford made his 46th career start on the mound, tying the Montevallo program record. The Falcons found themselves down early, but they stormed back with 13 unanswered runs. Sophomore Jeremy Hyde would put the game away for the Falcons as he recorded his first career grand slam in the bottom of the 7th inning, earning a 14-7 victory over West Alabama.
The regular season is wrapping up for the baseball team as they play their final triple-header at Kermit A. Johnson Field this weekend.
Montevallo will take on Georgia College for their finale, starting with 2 games on Saturday. The afternoon game for the Falcons will start at 1 p.m. The evening game will follow with the first pitch coming at 4 p.m. UM's mass communication students will be streaming at the doubleheader live at MontevalloFalcons.com. The final game of the series will honor our senior Falcons with the game set to start at 1 p.m. on Sunday. Now it's time to spotlight one of our outstanding athletes as this week's featured Falcon.
Falcon Fever's Lauren Altaffer is joining us today to introduce us to this week's athletes. So who do we have this week, Lauren?
Well, thanks, guys. We actually have Jackson Slade, who's on the baseball team. Jackson is one of the starting catchers for Montevallo. He's appeared behind the plate in 30 out of the 45 games this season, and if he's not playing catcher, he's usually in the outfield. I got to stop by practice last week to learn a little bit more about the man behind the mask. Take a look.
So talk about being a catcher.
Well, it's a position I've played my whole life. It's something I enjoy. I feel like you're always involved, and you're a big part of the game. You and the pitcher, and everything kind of feeds off what you and the pitcher do. So it's an exciting part of the game.
And how'd you get started in baseball?
Probably just like most kids, started in t-ball, and I guess kind of just fell in love with it and kept playing, and been playing ever since.
And you said you've been a catcher since you started. So what got you into that in particular?
Well, I guess not since I started. I started off playing, shortstop or whatever, and then I always begged my dad. He was the coach, begged him to let me catch, and I don't know. Finally, he let me, and it just kind of stuck, and just been doing it ever since. So.
And you mentioned your dad. So with the help of coaching staff, of course, and your dad, how do you learn how to deal with your different pitchers?
Well, that's something that just comes with time, I think. obviously we all live together. Most of us live together, and you get to know guys and their personalities, and just figure out what works for different guys and how guys respond to different things. And so I don't think it's something you can do right away. It just comes with time. So.
And being a senior, you know all these guys, and give us a scouting report, of what's here and what's coming.
Well, I think we got a lot of talent here, a lot of good players that know the game, and this season, like with most seasons, had its ups and downs, but certainly the potential's there, and we're just looking to finish strong these last couple weeks and get in our conference tournament and go to work.
Great. And now let's switch things up to hitting. So you're a right-sided hitter, and tell me about your strengths and weaknesses.
Oh, man. Well, I'd like to think I have a few more strengths than weaknesses. I always try to keep it simple. Just look for something to drive and score runs. That's what wins games, is pushing runs across. And so I just look for pitches I can do that with.
And you hit .329 with 7 homers last season, I believe. And tell me, what's your game whenever you step up to the plate?
Again, just trying to find something I can do some damage with. I like, I hunt fastballs early in the count, like most guys would like to hit. And but throughout the season, you got to make adjustments and trying to adjust what the pitcher's doing to you, and just trying to get in positive counts and do some damage and push some runs across.
And again, being a senior, what are your expectations for your career? What's next?
Man, well, I just, like I said, want to finish strong these next couple weeks. I'd certainly like an opportunity to play some more baseball after this year, but more than that, I just want to finish strong with this team, and like me and Fulham and some of the seniors want to leave a good legacy behind, and just make the conference tournament and do some damage.
So you're looking to get drafted?
I would absolutely love to. Anyway, I don't care how. I'd like to play some pro ball, but my focus is here first. So that's what we're looking at right now.
Great. Well, stay positive. Don't relax back there. And thanks so much.
All right. Thank you.
We'd like to take a moment to thank all of our outstanding athletes that we've profiled in our featured Falcon. We look forward to showcasing more athletes with Falcon Fever returns in the fall.
Thanks, Lauren. As baseball season is coming to a close, we wanted to take a moment and highlight a special group that is a very devoted group of fans.
That's right. Diamond Dolls go the extra mile when it comes to cheering on the Falcons. They're a support group for the baseball team that make it their responsibility to encourage and uplift each player. I had the chance to talk to one Diamond Doll who told us a little bit more about what being a Diamond Doll is all about.
I'm here with Caroline Bell. She's a Diamond Doll here at Montevallo. And can you tell us a little bit about what you have to do to become a Diamond Doll and how you got interested personally in becoming one?
I've always been interested in baseball and kind of wanted to know a little bit more about it. I got in contact with the president, Brianna Labello, and I just told her that I wanted to be one, and it all went from there.
And as a Diamond Doll, what do you have to do? What are your duties?
You're assigned a player. Each girl is assigned one player, and you basically just want to send them text messages, after and before games, just hey, good luck, or you did great, or you'll go to them next time. And then throughout the away games and stuff, you'll get together a little travel goodie bag, just with their favorite snacks and drinks, and just letters hey, good luck, or anything like that.
So you guys usually have a big crowd here at the home games?
Yeah, absolutely. We're always, you don't have to sit with us, but there's a group that we always sit together, so there's no one off by themselves. It's also a great way to meet other girls, because I feel I've met so many other people who I didn't know, their name or anything. So it's also another organization that you can meet all new people.
What is your favorite experience as a Diamond Doll?
Oh my goodness, I don't know. I guess just because Montevallo doesn't have a football team, we're kind of known for our baseball, so it's so much fun to be able to come here and everyone gets into it like they would at a big university's football game.
Right.
So I would just say it's a lot of fun just to get together and cheer on your team.
Awesome. Well, you obviously have a lot of school spirit, and we thank you so much for coming to interview with us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
If you want to learn more about becoming a Diamond Doll for next year, contact the president, Brianna Labello.
You know, it's just so awesome to see fans taking their spirit to just another level.
I know, all those girls are just so amazing, and I can't believe the spirit that they do have. It's
They
awesome.
take so much time out of their day to just, I don't know, make the baseball players feel welcome and just do so much for them, and it's
They go
really
out of their way.
amazing.
It's crazy. Well, we're in the home stretch for women's track and field. The women competed at the Peach Belt Conference Tournament in Rome, Georgia. The team finished 7th overall in the meet. The team was led by great performances from a couple of freshmen. Cheyenne Thompson ran her way to a 3rd place finish in the 1,500-meter run and 8th place in the 5,000-meter run.
And fellow freshman Morgan Booth finished 3rd in the javelin throw. The Falcons came away with 29 points on Saturday alone to push them ahead of GRU Augusta.
Between the arrival of softball and the construction of the new soccer and track and field facilities, athletics is showing some major signs of growth.
That's right. I had the chance to talk to track and field head coach Tommy Barksdale and get an inside look at the growth of the sport. He says big changes are coming. Montevallo has big plans for the track and field team.
As a program as a whole, it's just nice to see growth.
Before construction began, the team had been traveling to Calera High School for 2 years to practice. The track and field stadium is set to open in November of this year and will feature all the amenities that athletes require.
We'll have a pole vault mat, we'll have all the throws, all the areas for shot put and javelin, we'll have the water pits for steeplechase, we'll have a full facility.
The construction beside Kermit A. Johnson Field is evident. It shows not only growth for track and field, but changes coming to other athletics.
They're trying to tie in all together with the cross country and track, and then the same reason why they're putting the intramural field over here by the soccer, so the soccer practice field / intramural field will be right next to varsity field, which is the game field.
Though UM doesn't show any signs of bringing in Alabama's favorite pastime, football, their growth in athletics keeps on moving forward. Coach Barksdale also says that men's track and field is expected to be added as well. So are you excited for the new additions?
I am. I can't wait to see what the facilities look like, and I'm kind of excited to see all the softball players and see how they turn out, but I'm really excited.
Yeah, when I talked to Katie Vanover, who's on the track and field team, and she was just talking about how big the facility will be and all the amenities it will have for all of them. It's just really exciting that they can bring other teams here too, and they don't have to travel to the high school to play. So.
And I'm excited to see our athletic program in general just grow and welcome more athletes and recruit more, and it'll be exciting. Well, now it's time to highlight another UM coach.
Falcon Fever's Devin Cooley joins us in the studio with this week's Coach's Corner. Hey, Devin.
Thanks, Savannah. Women's basketball head coach Cindy Hilbrick has been with Montevallo for the last 3 seasons and has helped lead the Falcons to a university record high in wins. This week, I had the chance to speak with her about last season and how the team is moving forward. I'm here with Coach Hilbrick right now, the head basketball coach for the women's team. Coach Hilbrick, how's the off-season going so far?
It's going pretty well. We've been in the weight room, we've been on the court doing some agility and some on-the-court workouts, but other than that, it's been kind of low-key.
Excellent. When did your love of basketball really begin?
It actually started in 6th grade. I went to a camp, and I remember the seniors, it was at the high school, and the older kids were running it, a lot of kids that I had looked up to, and I remember doing a defensive drill where we had to dive on the floor, and after that I was like, oh, I just love this. So it started in 6th grade.
Cool. When did you begin coaching basketball?
I started coaching right after I got out of college. My whole life I've been really busy playing basketball, softball, volleyball. In college I played basketball and softball. So I always had something else to look forward to. And after I graduated, I realized there was not another basketball season that was coming. And that's when I knew that I really wanted to be involved in it, and I knew that I wanted to coach.
Excellent. The first few seasons here, you set some great records with Montevallo. How did you feel overall on this past season?
This season was really disappointing, and I think if you asked any of our players, they would say the same thing. We definitely fell short of our goals, but we're looking forward to a new year next year and looking forward to improving. Half of our team will be new next year, so a lot of new faces and a lot to work on, but I know that we can do better than we did this year.
You say disappointing. What would you attribute that to? Was it maybe just seniors moving on or what?
Well, we did lose a lot of leadership when we lost Alex Strickland, Trina Moore-Smith. They had been a big part of the program, some big names on campus. So that was tough to fill their shoes. I don't think we ever really clicked on the court. And then, sometimes it's tough. It's kind of like when you start winning, you just keep winning. well, it works the other way too. Once you start losing, sometimes it's tough to stop that bleeding as well. So we just need to make sure that we start off on a good foot next year. And it's actually already started in postseason.
How is recruiting going so far?
Recruiting's going well. We did sign a player in the early signing period, Katia Turilo, a 6'1" forward from Indiana. And then we have signed 3 in this later signing period, which I can't reveal their names yet. But we've signed 3, and we have a couple offers out. We're trying to get probably 2 more commitments.
Excellent, excellent. How busy is this off season for you?
Oh, it's really busy. You know, a lot of people just see you on the court during the games and they know you practice during the season but don't really understand what it takes during the off season. We've really been with the team trying to work on the team chemistry and really work hard in the weight room, really breaking down their shots on the court. And then Coach Reedus and I have been out recruiting. We've brought people in on visits. We went to the WBCA Coaches Convention in Nashville and went to the Final Four and got to watch the Division I championship games. So we've been busy, but we've also had a couple days on the weekends to relax a little bit too.
Yeah. What do you do in your off time to relax?
That's a good question. In my off time, like this weekend, I just kind of sat outside and I have a dog, so we went to the dog park. But I also like to read, and I read a lot of leadership books and coaching books. So I sat outside and read this weekend.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for your time. This
you.
is Coach Hilbrick, the head coach for the women's basketball team. After a slow season this past year, Coach Hilbrick and the team are working hard to bounce back for next season. And now, back to the studio.
With the school year coming to a close, you'll see less content from Falcon Fever on social media throughout the summer.
But that doesn't mean you can't get your Falcon Fever fix. You can rewatch all of our episodes of Falcon Fever on the university's YouTube channel. It's called Montevallo For You.
And we'll still be updating our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram pages with any big UM athletics news that breaks during the summer. All you have to do is to stay up to date is search for UM Falcon Fever.
And as always, you can get all the Falcon news and stats at MontevallowFalcons.com.
As we mentioned earlier in this episode, this is Savannah's last show. But before we go, our faculty sponsor, Dr. Bruce Finkley, wanted to give you one final farewell.
Hi, Savannah. I just wanted to take a few moments just to say thank you for all the work that you've put in during your time here at the University of Montevallo. You have been one of the most dedicated, most driven, most hardworking students that we've had. And you have not only been integral here on Falcon Fever, but you helped create momentum. You've done so much with the newscast class. You have always been such a dedicated storyteller, and getting to see you grow over these past few years has really been exciting for me as your teacher. And I have just been so impressed with your work ethic and your drive. And I am certainly going to miss you after graduation, but I'm so excited for where I know your career is going to take you, because you're going to go far and you are going to do great things. So goodbye, good luck, and don't be a stranger. Come back and see us sometime.
Well, I definitely think that he said it all. I mean, I'm going to miss Savannah so much. I had to get my crying and all my tears out before the show. I mean, I really did. There was just streams and waterworks. And I don't know if I'm going to make it there right now. But Savannah, as I said on Momentum earlier this week, you've just been such an asset to all the shows that we've had here. And you've been a mentor to me, especially throughout my years at Montevallo. And I'm just so sad to see you go. I don't know what I'm going to do going through the halls and not see your sweet face, and always have Savannah's encouraging words and her smile and just her upbeat attitude. And who's going to be here to break our internet? She breaks our internet.
I do every week. I'm just going to miss you guys so much. Like, you have no idea. As much as I love the university, being in this department and being a part of Momentum, and especially Falcon Fever all this time, has just been amazing. I mean, all the people that I've met and my classmates that I've gotten close to, and especially you, it's just been really awesome. So,
well, I know you'll do great things, and I just wish you luck in the future. I know we'll see you again, your name and your face everywhere, and you'll represent this university well.
Thank you.
Well, that's all the time that we have for this week's show.
Thank you so much for joining us for the final show this semester. Be sure to tune in again when Falcon Fever fires back up in the fall.
Until then, good luck with finals and have a safe and relaxing summer.